What the heck, man? The Heat really got swept by the Bucks 4-0. Our season is over, and I guess it's time for me to root for the Brooklyn Nets. As you can see, I sound very depressed right now because of how disappointing the Miami Heat played this whole series. I even made a video not too long ago saying the Heat will not be beaten in a 7-game series. Go ahead and check that video out real quick. Leave a like and comment down below on that video and spam the Heat suck. That's what I get for being an arrogant Heat fan. Arrogance never pays off, so stay humble, guys. I don't know what happened to the Heat, but that just wasn't the same energetic team that ended the regular season. After Game 1, everything just seemed to go downhill for this Heat team. With the Bucks gaining the advantage in Game 1 after a close game, I guess the Heat's confidence got diminished and their energy got drained. That's what it looked like to me. Also, Jimmy and Bam were literal dog water. They didn't play like the superstars the Heat needed them to be. Both of them barely averaged 15 points a game the whole series, settling for jump shots and playing really passive. They prioritized their teammates with the hopes that they could get the rest of the team going. Other than that, shout out to the Bucks because they were just the better team this whole series. They played real hard out there, showing relentless effort on both ends of the floor. They just wanted to win as bad as the Heat did this whole series. At least they made up for their embarrassment from last year after getting beat by the 5th seed Miami Heat while they were the number 1 seed. They're even now. The difference between this year and last year was not because there was pixie dust in the bubble. The Miami Heat's journey to the finals was no fluke whatsoever. The reason is that the Bucks got better this season and the Miami Heat didn't. During the offseason, Giannis was a free agent and the Heat were trying to pursue him at that time, but it cost them a lot because they ended up giving away key pieces like Derrick Jones Jr. and Jay Crowder. Those two players were significant, especially on the defensive end. The Bucks, on the other hand, were able to pick up really good role players that benefited their team, like Bryn Forbes and Bobby Portis, who were lighting it up from way downtown. They were also able to pick up Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker during the middle of the season, which added to their lockdown perimeter defense. Those pickups paid off for them the whole series because the Bucks were able to limit the Heat to score just below 100 points per game while shooting below 40% from the field. It was bad. As for the Heat, they picked up players like Trevor Ariza and Dwayne Dedmon in the hopes that it could maximize their defense as well, but those two players showed that they played a minimal role on the defensive end during the series, as the Bucks went on to average an overwhelming 118 points per game. And I cannot forget that the Heat really traded Kelly the GOAT Olynyk for a wheelchair, which was just unfortunate because if Oladipo didn't get injured, he would have helped out with the defensive mismatches that I have seen a lot throughout the whole series. Him and Jimmy could have manhandled that backcourt on the defensive end by alternating between who guards Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, but it is what it is. The Bucks were also able to expose the Miami Heat's biggest weakness, which was their height. They just took advantage of how small this Heat team was, and the whole Bucks team was just so tall and lengthy, especially with Giannis and Brook Lopez's annoying asses down there, who were feasting in the paint the whole series. But that goes for the whole Bucks team because they were able to out-rebound the Heat with their 59 rebounds per game to the Heat's 42. I can imagine how many second chance points and points in the paint that the Heat gave up because it was probably a shit ton. The Heat did try to pick up players that could fill in for that much needed big man position off the bench. For instance, they picked up Precious Achiuwa's sorry ass in the 2020 draft, but he obviously still needs development, especially with his IQ because he is not smart enough to play against the NBA's veterans. And I can't forget about Dwayne Dedmon either, who I already mentioned earlier. He did alright throughout the series rebounding for the Heat off the bench. I just feel that he should have gotten more minutes because the Heat definitely needed that length and height for defense and rebounding. I hope for the Heat to pursue another superstar in free agency during this offseason. Kawhi Leonard is on the top of my list for sure, as he was rumored to transfer to another team depending on the Clippers situation. Also, another scorer like Zach LaVine would be nice, as he is someone who can consistently score alongside Jimmy and make plays for others. Or perhaps Kyle Lowry, who the Heat did pursue during the trade deadline. He would be a great addition to our backcourt, serving as a solid veteran point guard that could play on both ends of the floor. Overall, the Heat roster should be looking different by next season. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, your viewership is very much appreciated. Go ahead and give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and click the bell for some post noties. Feel free to leave a comment down below. More content will be coming soon, but for now, see you until next time. Have a good one and stay safe.